Testing. Do you guys hear me? Good morning, everybody. Let's take a look where we're at. So it looks like the markets will drop a bit here, and I want to see that we could take a short to that level. I want to see the market actually come back to this 15-minute value gap because we taken out Asia high right now, and if the market starts to shift a bit downwards, it should be right here. Not in anything yet, just want to see how we react. Because the market is still moving upwards right now. We've been in a choppy market for a while. If we watch this 4-hour movements, we have been chopping, so not much into anything. Let me take a few things off here. So new all-time highs for gold and silver, and cryptocurrencies looks like it will be a bit choppy the next coming, I would say next 6 months. Could have a little bit more downside right now. Looks like we didn't want to move up higher. We're taking sell side liquidity right now, and there is a possibility that we go back to 60K right now. Because we just actually broken through a huge resisting that actually, or we want to go back up, but looks like the market wants to go a little bit lower right now. So soon, huge opportunities for cryptocurrency. I believe the next 5 to 6 months will be choppy downside, but very slow downsides. Not like previous years that we dropped like 60-70%. I don't see it coming. So if you're not yet exposed to gold and silver, still a good time. I see it still move up for a huge amount of time. Especially because now the banks need to have physical silver and gold again in their locations. And they're buying it all what they can have. So if you ever want to have gold and silver into your assets, make sure that you have the physical, not paper. So once we start seeing a shift, I'll probably jump in, put my stop at the highs, and we will take this. Then we will take probably this trend line liquidity all out of it, and we will come to this 15-minute value gap just below us. We do have still some sell side liquidity right here, so we'll be careful and we jump into this, or we're gonna be patient until we see the move actually going back up. I need some form of retracement to jump into anything. Now I do have to ask, who took that second trade from, I believe Wednesday was right here. That was Wednesday, yeah. So we were up here, so we had a change in character to the upside right here. And we jumped in a trade somewhere in this area. It moved up. I said, put your stops to break even, or we're gonna move straight up. And actually, we took that buy side, sell side liquidity right here, and then the market starts shifting up. Who entered again on this level or on this part? Because if this huge 15-minute candle we actually saw already that the market shifted back up, this was a nice opportunity to jump into it. A 15-minute at open actually came up, target would have been here. Even if you didn't and you had patience for that retracement, we came into a 15-minute and you could have just taken straight from here too. So we came back to that 7, 8 level. Even if you took that 62 and you put it just top and this low, still would have held and clean target would have been this high. Yeah, at this point the market definitely looks like it wants to go up, but I want to be patient until I see some form of retracement where I can jump into it. So anybody that trades silver or gold, I would recommend just a long. Any small retracement is good to enter a long position. This is not going down yet. Same for gold, still looks very, very bullish. Nothing's happening yet, so I put in a limit order right here. So if we come back to this level, I'm gonna long off of it. We will see. If we do not get it correct, that means that the market will shift a bit down. So I'm putting a limit order right here, stops at this low. If the market decides to move lower, we will have a shift in market structure. I believe I wanted to take this one a bit too narrow. Keep the 3 points from R3. Yeah, if this hits TP1 right now, I'm not gonna take this trade then. So this needs to not hit my TP1 one more time, otherwise this will be the shift already to the upside. And we just missed it. I just didn't get tapped into it. If we get stopped right here, we're just gonna take that shift downwards and trade to this low. So it's either way. But if this TP1 gets hit already, then actually we missed it by 4 points. Or missed our entry by 4 points. Yeah, that can happen. So if we get tapped in, I don't want to see the market move immediately back to the upside. Let's see if we get that tap right now. If we get a tap, that does need to go very fast back to the upside. This could be a very short trade, or we're gonna have a nice one. So let's see if we get that tap right now. 5, 4, 3, 2. I know there is a half hour for value cap just below us, so we could all the way come down to this level too. My stop is not at the ideal place, but that's a 5-minute shift that it was, so there is a possibility that we just tap this and move immediately back up. So let's see if we get to that place. Again, if we hit that TP1 before we hit our entry, I'm not taking this trade, because then we hit that level twice and all the liquidity is gone there. Just a small trade that we took, just shift upside retracement into a value gap to continue that long. Again, if we flush through this, that means that we had a shift in structure, and then we come back to this level here. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna enter this manually. I came to a half point of my entry, so I'm in this trade. I'm in a long. We do need a shift very fast to the upside. Again, I'm in a long. Okay, that jumped down. I didn't like that one. So we're shifting up right now. I'm putting my stop to my entry. We should not come back down right now. So stops are at entry. Again, stops are at entry. If anybody joined with me, is my mic working? Test. I don't believe this works. Hello. Test. Does this work? Okay. I've been chatting for a while. My mic wasn't even on. Stops are at entry, guys. I was in this long. This needs to shift up very fast and keep going that way. If we go any lower, we will take out this structure, and I don't want to be part of that one. Yeah, and I said I've entered this manually too, but I believe nobody heard that because I wasn't speaking. I was speaking, but the mic wasn't on. Sorry for that, if somebody missed that entry. I got about 714 and 75, so I missed. It came like, look, this came to a half a point of our entry, like I wanted to see it, so I did not. I'll repeat that one again. Not want to leave that one out laying around. So I'm up 1 hour right now. So if we hit that level, I'll definitely take off something off. That's a clean 1.8, so that's definitely a clean R collection that we make. I hope everybody understands why I entered this and how and the reason why I entered this. If not, ask a question. I'll actually explain my thought process. Oh, Aaron, for silver, do you have it physical? If you have it physical, keep it. It's going to at least another $100 up. So for anybody that holds, oh yeah, if you have it physical, keep it, dude. You'll be very happy. So what is happening actually right now is that the banks, so Trump actually said that everybody had to make sure that the banks have physical gold and silver back into their safes. So the banks are actually buying up everything. They're buying up gold and silver now to have it physical. They must have it physical. No more paper like they used to have. So if they need it physical, they need the amount. And silver is not, it's a bit scarce right now. They don't have huge amounts of laying it around. So silver will go up for me. Silver, it looks like it wants to go up another. Let me see. It could come down a bit, but it's not coming down like 100%. So we have an opening gap. We probably can fill this up. If you come back to 100, it's still very cheap, very nice price. And then afterwards, I believe it will skyrocket again. There is also a reason why we are skyrocketing it. So what is happening right now? So the Feds are still printing money, but instead of printing money and de-assetting, they are actually buying assets with their money that they're printing right now. And because they're buying money with their printed, they're buying commodities with their printed money right now. This is why we have appreciation in gold, silver, and any physical metals right now. The next 6 months, Bitcoin will be choppiness and maybe a little bit more downsides that I have a feeling that we could have. We will see it soon enough. I'm gonna take one contract off here. If it comes back to the entry right now, I'll at least have I got break even out of it or a little bit more. And the rest, I'm just letting it run. We will see where we head. So anybody that has physical silver or gold, if you keep it for the next 3-4 years, you'll be very happy in the next 3 years. Unless you actually need the money for something, then you have to sell it, of course. But if you don't need the money, you can, and you have enough, just keep it laying around. You'll be much happier in a few years from now. Anytime, Arrow, love to help. Okay. Thanks for mentioning that the mic was on. I wasn't sure. Yeah, if you don't need, so that's an asset right now. So it's back on asset classes. So gold and silver are actually physical assets, like buildings right now. Again, if this comes back to my entry amount, I just took a one contract profit. It wasn't that much, but just to pay the fees actually. So I'm up with 0.1 or something if the fees get down. The gold and silver is good to keep for the next few years. You'll be very happy. In about 6 months, I see the decrease of gold and silver price a bit. They will shift it back into Bitcoin then we will have a huge, so that's my stop. So then we will have a huge re-entry of gold and, oh, it missed my stop. I thought that hit my stop. It just didn't. It missed it by a few points. And that came very close. So there was two reasons why I put my stop very fast to my entry. Look, we're just chopping again, and I'm not the fan of this kind of market. I want to have a continuation movement rather fast. Yeah, now we have a half hour. Value gap just laying below us, so we probably go hit that one too. So the stop will definitely do its thing. I bought it for the fam, so they will love. It's my godchild. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if look, the reason why silver is actually up moving so fast. Have you ever seen the price chart of silver? Look at this. How long this took before we actually left the highs. So this has been so undervalued for so long, around 4.7. So this was 2001. So we came up in 2011. We came once up, we have a full retest of that, and we came back in 2020 around $12. And then we had sideways movements from 2020 to 25. We didn't even move up that much. So this took, before we actually came to the high again, this took a very long time. So this is why we are moving so fast right now. So this took 5,000 days before we actually get that. So that was about 14 years before we actually got to our all-time high again. So we saw double tops, and that means that the market will definitely flush through it once we see appreciation to the upside again. Now, it's finally just letting it go, and it's not going to stop right now. This is just going to flush straight up, and I believe it will hit $200 within a few days. I was expecting around $80 maybe we could have a shift, but then actually President Trump said, okay, let's make a deal, and the banks need to have physical silver again. This is actually against the Fed to make sure that they actually stop printing money like they want to. And this is why we actually moved so fast. Gold is doing the same. Look at this. Commodities has been the best asset right now, actually, to be trading off. But yeah, Nasdaq will have a bit more swing trades, I believe. Yeah, this will come to my entry definitely. We're gonna take one more drink. I'll be right back. And if you don't have yet silver or gold or anything else or commodities, just start DCAing into it. So just buy step by step, little bits off of it. So if it does drop a bit, that you can buy a bit more. But don't wait until it drops to buy. Just start buying slowly right now. It's still good. Especially if you don't need it the first 5 years. Just start buying, you'll be good. Same with, look, if we were back in 2020, when we started actually, and we see gold from 2020 till now, it did depreciate a bit around 20, so I believe 20, let's make this weeks. So this was 2020 somewhere, yeah, around here. So we came up at 2020, around August, we were at $2,000. So we depreciated a bit in 22, about 20%. We came down, but it's nothing in comparison if you are into crypto. So 20% for cryptocurrencies is very useful, very normal. For gold, 20% looks a lot, but actually that's nothing in comparison what we actually just moved. So even if you hold it from 2020 to tops until now, so we say 5 years, so say August, from August, you still had an increase of 21%. And it kept the value also of your money. Money went down and gold went up with 20%. So that means that you actually increased the money that you actually had. So And banks will actually accept it too. So that means that banks will actually accept also your gold as leverage to take a loan off of it. So if you want a mortgage or anything else and silver, they will fully say that it's an asset class again. So that means that you can actually use it to get a loan off of it. So I would never sell it if I was you. It will just increase in price. As the dollar devalues, gold and silver will value up. Come on, Nasdaq, don't tease us. We can close to that first DP. Come on. If you took a partial right here, that was fine too, guys. It's up to you where you take profits. I'm just being patient. Like I said, this is not the most promising looking market right now if you see this kind of movement. If you took any profits, you were up 1.5, so that was definitely a decent trade already. Uh, Just because of the circumstance we were trading in, because we are chopping. So this is what I've shown in the morning session. We are chopping right now in the 4 hour based. So keep this in mind always when you're trading. And we are on the top part. So if this choppy range keeps going, that means that the upper part is most of the time the part will be got short again. So we will see if we breach through here right now, or if we don't, that means that the market will definitely come back to that slope. But that we will see in a few minutes or a few hours. I'm actually not sure where ES is at right now. So ES did take out that high one more time. Okay. This looks actually a bit more bearish right now on ES. So we came up a high and we took that high one more time, and now it's looking like it wants to go back to this Ravana gap right here. I actually wanted to see NQ do the same, take out that high one more time, and we didn't. NQ just said, nope, I'm not doing it. That was my stop, actually. I got hit. On my entry, but I said, I got hit too. So let's journal this one. Let's do the upsides. 1 minute entry. We are at 26 today. And we entered this trade at 9:45, and at 10 we got stopped. So every trade, journal it, people. Make sure that you journal your trades. It's very important, just for yourself. Let's see if that was a good play to change our stop. If that wasn't, we'll see it soon enough too. If it now moves fully back up, I'll put in a journal that we need to leave our stop a little bit longer. Mhm. Wat is dat? Yeah, if you register it with links, use your Wise account. That's the smartest thing to do. So that was a clean, good look. That was a very nice one that we changed our entry to our, that we moved our stop up. Otherwise, we would have got stopped right here. So this looks like the market will drop a bit from here. So let's see if we can jump in it and continue the movement down somewhere. I'll be right back. Give me a second. So this was a nice 5-minute candle to the downside. This is definitely, look, we came into a fair value gap and we just closed it off below it. So if we create another 5-minute right here for value gap, I'm gonna jump into this and take a short off of it. All the way to here. So let's see if this 5-minute closes. If we get a tap of this gap right here, I'm gonna take a short to the downside. It's against the major market, so I'm gonna take a half R instead of a full R because I'm going against the trend right now. So half R, if we get a tap of this, I'm taking a short. Yeah, the market of course starts going down without us. Yeah. We do need that entry tap before we do anything. So no tap, no entry. Again, half R because it's against the major trend that we're trading in. I wanted to take it at least to this level. If we are keep falling, we probably can take out the rest too. We still have a gap, small one right here. We will see. Of course, if it drops immediately, then okay, that can happen too. Same from just a minute ago. We had the patience until it came. If it comes, we can enter it. Otherwise, we just be patient until the market comes back to that entry, and then we enter it, of course. So if you do appreciate me doing these lives, I always appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up too. Subscribe if you don't have yet subscribed. You're always welcome to join the community. So anybody in Discord, if you want still the educational part of my course in a cheaper price, you have to send me a DM, otherwise you will not be able to. I moved the price back up to normal price. I said everybody in Discord had a chance until the 31st to buy it on a cheap price that I've shown in Discord, so it's still on $79 then for you guys. Otherwise, it's back to 7.99. So anybody in my Discord still can have it for $79 until the 31st of January. Do we have 31 days in January? Yes. So until the 31st, you have the chance. Otherwise, it will be back at 7.99. 7.97. Because then it's out of my hands, it's going to be in a sales team. So thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Would be nice if now the market came up, we get that tap and then continue. I would be very grateful to see. But if the market just keeps going, I don't really have that kind of entry. I am definitely taking a look and going in maybe a little bit smaller time frame. Now I am going into smaller time frames right now and taking a look how good that changing character keeps working. Because we are intraday traders, and if I only have like 2 hours of streaming, I do prefer that everybody gets that one trade at least, just for your edge, so that you learn to have patience and also that you feel like you have done something at least. This came very close to our entry actually. Have we had an entry on a 2-minute maybe? Yeah, look, this was a 2-minute entry. Now, if this keeps going, I'm not entering it. Like I said, we will just let it do its thing. I will want to see what happens once we get to this 15-minute value gap right here. I was expecting this move. So this is why I said move stops up very fast. I saw this reaction. These two candles actually were the sign of it. And here we can see the shift that we made on this candle. So if the next 2 minutes stays like this and this candle keeps here, the next 15 minutes could tap because we have a small 15-minute value gap right here too. So that would be great to see if we get that tap and then continue lower. You always look at the candles displacement. So look at the candles, how big they are in comparison if we moved up. So we moved up very slowly, there's strength behind it, but these are not huge candles. But if you look the opposite side, you can see there was force pressing the market back down. So this shows or indicates that the market definitely has a potential in shifting in direction, especially because we made a change in character, because we broke this low fully. Get this one out. I'll wait for a second. So we broke this low. The candle with huge force behind it. So and then it wants to go to liquidity. And where is the major liquidity pool right now? Is actually this 15-minute. Was this not? Oh, this is an hourly for value gap. Sorry. Yeah, it was an hourly right here. And the only thing is, we're back in that 4-hour chop range right now. And this is something I don't really like. Like I said a minute ago, we are chopping right here. And if we get to the high of this choppiness, this means that there is a huge potential that we go back to that low before we move further up. Reason why is if we do not breach through that choppiness, this is the area where the market shifts again. So know your make sure that you know what kind of condition you're trading in. If you're trading choppiness, that's a reason to take profit sooner. If you have a huge continuation, like here, if you have a nice movement to the upside, that's a different story. But if we have a choppiness, make sure that you take a little bit faster profits. It's just for yourself, not for me, but it will help you. Yeah, this market looks like it wants to just keep going. Let's see if we find some form of an entry, if we're lucky. Now you can also see the half hour, we had a huge shift, so this was changing character right here. Fully implemented. We got about a half hour left in stream. This can happen too. So we entered, we came, we flushed, and we never get actually that tap of that entry on the 5 minute per value gap. It just didn't hit it. It just started moving immediately. So that will be TP. So I don't believe that we come back up and continue lower. We'll probably come to this first per value gap. That was a full range back down immediately to the gap where we expected it to happen. We did not came back up. So what did we do right now? So let me explain what I see. So here we made a break of structure to the upside. And now we're actually fully retesting it. So if you have like a 2 minute shift to the upside, I want to take a long off of this. The only thing I don't like is that we still have a lot of sell side liquidity right here. And that's one strong hourly candle. Het staat behoorlijk stil. We will probably take out as buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity right now. We'll give about 5 more minutes. We'll probably just drop straight into it. And the only place I actually do feel like I want to take a short from is just up here. That's the only place that I want to short off right now. But the only one that actually makes sense to short off. We will see if we get to that level again. If we do get to that level again, I'll take a short from there. For now, I don't got an entry. We need to be patient with our retracements before we can have an entry. I believe we will take out this sell side liquidity right here. Make sure, if you're new to trading, that you actually know what you're doing before doing trades. Make sure that you have a system in place that you can repeat over and over again. That makes it simple for yourself. That was the same with this system, so this was actually a shift to the upside, break of structure, retest off of it, we came back up, and we just didn't take my first TP. We missed it by a few points. I was just following order flow, so order flow was going up, so I wanted to just trade up. Now we've seen a shift to the downside, so I'm going to be a bit patient and see what happens right now. If we do have a shift back up, we get some form of a value, we can long it all the way back up to here too. But that will depend on how the market moves, of course. Within this hourly, I don't believe that we will move up fully again. This looks very strong, actually. Now, there is a big reason also why the market came back to this level. So we moved up, and here we made a break of structure to the upside. So if we take the full move is actually from here. So if we take this full move, this is the area where you can long off again. If we do not take out that sell side liquidity right now, we will continue back to the upside. This is what I'm patient for right now. I want to see if we take out that sell side liquidity right now. Yes or no? The ES is much cleaner again. So what did ES do? Again, the same. So we made a break of structure to the upside. So we started from here. The movement came to this level. So what do? Again, just take your flip tool, make it yourself easy. Set up the highs, and if you come back to that 62.78 level into a fair value gap somewhere, that's a good area to long off. So we have a fair value gap just below the 15 minutes. The only thing you do have to remember right now is if we see a candle like this, there is a lot of force into it. And this is the place where you could long off. There is no other best place than this one. So now we took out that sell side liquidity on NQ, so that's good to see. If we now form a retracement, I would love to jump into this. I was seeing, if you see a lot of equal lows, almost equal lows, laying beside each other, people put their stops right here. So the market is drawn to this place of liquidity. So the market drawn to it, taking it out, and then we will see if we have that shift again. If we do have that shift immediately, that means that the market is strong enough to continue to move back up. You do have to see that move before you take that. Again, you do not just jump into something without logic or anything else. You do have to see that shift happening. So as long as I don't see the market move above this high, for me the market is still pushing downwards. Doesn't matter if you take out sell side liquidity or buy side liquidity, as long as you don't see a shift or a change in character. In the candles itself, you are not supposed to be trading it. Not sure I will have another trade today. We got about 10 more minutes and I'm off. I do appreciate always everybody being here. Give me a second. My kid is gonna ask me. Yeah, I do homeschooling, so this is why my kid was asking me something. So market did not want to change shifts yet. It looks like it still wants to flush. So I'm not gonna do anything. If I don't see a shift back up in the next 5 to 7 minutes, I'm just gonna call it a day. Now we have actually, look, this is actually a very clean example. We have 1 and 2 for value gaps right here. So if you enter it from this one, perfectly fine. Anything above 50 level is a good entry point. But if you look closely, you can see right here on this candle, we have a small gap. And this is called a void. They're gonna come for this. And the market will probably come all the way to the high of this candle. So there is a huge potential that the market will come to this gap before doing anything. If it retraces, there is a huge possibility that it comes all the way back to this high. If it keeps falling down, the only thing of liquidity that I see is actually opening. We could take out, that's Asia low. This is the first major liquidity pool where we could aim for right now. Yes, doesn't look like it's done either, so. Okay, there will be no more trades for me. We got about 8 more minutes. I don't believe we will have more than 8 minutes. So I wish you all a very great trading session. Nice, Arjun. Great work. Happy for you. Keep up the good. Keep it up. If you shift the mindset, you will definitely get there. Wish you all a great trading session for the rest of the day, and we will see you back tomorrow, of course. Enjoy.